Anyone? Yes.
Hello, my name is Patrick Sullivan. I'm Executive Director and Founder of Veterans PTSD Incorporated, an Ohio veterans nonprofit. We don't do policy or anything like that. We just advertise for CVA and other organizations just like yourself, just to try to help spread the awareness. I read in the description for this event that Pete Hegseth and the CVA is going to stand shoulder to shoulder with veterans across the nation, one and all, to help do healthcare VA reform. Okay, and help solve problems that they're facing on a day-to-day basis, correct? Shoulder to shoulder. Okay, the Veterans Choice Card is limited to a 40-mile radius. If you do not have, coverage from a local CBOC or VA healthcare facility within 40 miles, you do not qualify, correct?
Well, the way the VA interprets the rules, it has a strict interpretation of if you're within 40 miles of the closest VHA facility, you don't qualify.
Okay, this is my problem. This is what I'm facing right now. I'm 80% service connected total, overall. 70% military sexual trauma. Okay. We don't get the respect that most of the combat vets do. God bless them, and I hold them to a higher regard for myself. So, but we don't get the respect. I suffer from extreme post-traumatic stress disorder. Not only was I assaulted, as a child, and then at 18, watched my mom shoot herself in front of me. And then joining the service and proudly trying to serve my country, and then I was attacked once again. Now, upon getting out, I've been going through VA healthcare, and I've loved it up to this point, to a degree. You got your small complaints and everything. But my MST counselor is sexually harassing me. She has caused problems with my relationship, and even denied my service-connected wife, or fiance, future wife, let's say, access to care, because their facility, their CBOC, is the only one handling mental health care closest to where we're at. I got dozens of VA CBOCs, Cleveland VAMC, Youngstown, Akron, Canton. I got them everywhere. Painesville, they're everywhere around. I don't trust my VA no more. I don't. I mean, when my doctor is denying me a parking pass when I'm service connected for a back and my arms and shoulders, and my VA advocate, patient representative, is saying that, yes, you do qualify, and she's wrong. Well, I've spoke out at 4 town hall meetings. Every town hall Cleveland has had to offer, I've been there. Every one. Cleveland.com has had 2 articles, and I took up over half of them. Over half of each article. I've been in direct contact with the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Twice in the last week I've spoke to his representatives in his office. By the way, that cell phone number that they give is real. That is his phone number, and they do have a representative answering that. And anybody wants his phone number, I'll give it to you afterwards. Anyways, the point is right now I'm I'm in a bad spot, because not only is my wife not getting the care she needs, and she is, falling behind in her recovery, but me myself, I have, tried to commit suicide several times in the past. And I'm under constant stress, and I have flashbacks all the time. And the more stress I'm under, makes it a danger for me to even drive down the road. I can't get no health care at this time. I'm being denied a VA choice card because I live within 40 miles. If you're going to stand beside somebody, I need someone to stand beside me. And if you're willing to have testimonies, I'm willing to do that. Half of my friends, have already testified before Congress. Matter of fact, the treasurer of Rolling Thunder and assistant treasurer for Operation Homefront and member of Soldiers Angels and volunteer, Walter Reed, is my best friend. And he lives right out there in Washington, and he's already ready to put me up, and I'm ready to go now. Well, at least after the first one, I get my disability check. And I need some help. Is CV4A and Pete Hegseth ready to stand beside me, shoulder to shoulder?
We absolutely are. Let me give you a little technical tip in your struggle, okay? And then obviously I don't live here locally, so I'll have to support you from afar. But I know Jason and Rich will be supporting you. And I always tell veterans, well, there's two things. One, a technical tip on how you can obtain your health care through the VA, not using the choice card. I'll tell you that in a second. But in generally, I don't know particulars. I mean, you've seen the secretary. Obviously, the VA is very aware of you and your situation, and if you need any help, there can be a lot of factors for that. Sometimes outspoken veterans like yourself are labeled by VA staff as troublemakers. And once you're labeled as a troublemaker, no matter how legitimate your grievance is, no matter how poorly the VA has done to deal with your grievance, then they collude to get you out of the system. By labeling you a threat, by labeling you this and that. So what I would say in terms of general guidance is this. However frustrating the VA is, and I'm sure you've been doing this, but I know many veterans. I had paralyzed stroke veterans who have been so frustrated in the hospital because of the VA staff not dealing with them appropriately, getting angry and upset, and they were labeled troublemakers. Not like a partially paralyzed stroke victim in a wheelchair is going to be able to do much. But you don't want to give them an excuse not to serve you. So always treat them professionally, always treat them kindly, always never raise your voice. Okay, no matter how hard that may be, that's what you got to do. Number one. Number two, you got to get not only CVA but every possible veteran organization to support you, and your congressman to support you. Now on the technical side, okay, because if a lot of people support you, eventually they're going to have to give it. Before there was a choice card, there has always been a way to get non-VA care. And the VA has always had a non-VA care office, okay? So there was always this way that if the VA didn't have the specialist, or the VA for some reason couldn't provide that care, there was a problem in providing that care. And that's open. That's open. There's that, the VA can decide to do this for whatever reason it wants to do this. It can always give you a specialist referral to using non-VA care, okay, in the local community. It's the exception, it's not the rule. They don't like to do it, but they can do it. You don't have to use the choice card. That was the expanded of the existing system. And so what I would say going forward is drop talking about the choice card. Talk specifically about the non-VA care option. They develop a whole PC3 system on that and say that I need non-VA care because the VA can't provide it, and I know you can, as an exception, send me a referral to non-VA care. They have a non-VA care office. You can go online and look it up and read all about it online, about the central office and stuff like that. But that is the technical out. They can do it if they want to do it. The local director of the local hospital can authorize that. They have the power to authorize that.
Thank you for your service. These are challenging issues you bring to the table. You look around this room, there are a lot of veterans here, and I think we would say at least first and foremost, reach out. Okay, because sometimes it just takes getting a brother beside you, a sister beside you, putting your arm around him. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, as an organization, absolutely, Concerned Veterans for America stands by you. It's one of the reasons we put this report together, because at the end of the day, if we give you that ultimate trump card, that trump card being I can shop my insurance somewhere else, that's going to at the very least force competition, force a cultural change, but more importantly, it's going to get care down to you. Okay, thank you. Want to go one more? Okay.
Yeah, I think I wish you great success climbing Mount Olympus.
We've climbed before.
Part of Mount Olympus for many years. But my question is, I think it's a great idea. What can I, as an individual, do to help make this happen?
Thanks for that question. Rich Youngblood, again, is our state director. Just ask you to go ahead and talk with us afterwards, make sure we have a point of contact. Sometimes it's as simple as putting your name on an email, sometimes coming out, sharing a little time with us. Thank you. One more, you want to go tie it up anymore?
Yeah, basically, my deal is up there in Richland County, not being anchored to Wade Park, to have the ability to come this way to a better facility that I've dealt with. I know the gentleman over there probably deals with Wade Park and probably has the same issues. The ability to come this way and not be forced to have to go up to that Wade Park facility as an option.
Yep, choice number one, once again, just focusing on your care, letting you shop that wherever, that solves a lot of problems right off the bat. So again, just kind of jump on board, figure out what else inside this report is sort of inspiring to you, and get involved. I'm gonna pass it to Rich Youngblood to tie us up here today.